Hello, welcome back to Southern Grace and Sass. Today we are going to be talking about meaning things. But if you're new here, hit that like button, ring that bell for notifications. Also, please subscribe, help a girl out. So this episode will be kind of divided into two parts. There is the before Thanksgiving part and the after Thanksgiving part. So with that being said, let me explain myself. So, the first part is going to be talking about everything from reasons I love the Oregon duck to princess treatment or bare minimum. Then the second part will be talking we about how we now may celebrate Christmas. If any of y'all know me, y'all know I am strictly a Christmas after Thanksgiving kind of person, but it's Iron Bowl weekend. I've got to talk about this, okay? And in the second part, you can find my reaction to the Iron Bowl in the rivalry week, okay? Because that's important to talk about, right? But anyway, here are some reasons why I love the Oregon Duck.
Away. That, my friend,
it's a naked duck.
That's a naked duck.
What?
Yeah.
Put some clothes.
Big plays, and they probably can match up and play man-to-man and take some of these short throws that Dylan Gabriel likes to throw on the perimeter. So it's going to be an interesting matchup for me is how that wide receiver versus Ohio State's DBs go.
Coach, they took the top off right behind you. You talk about secondary. They took the top off this kid. The duck is shaving somebody's head. You see this? This is happening right behind you right now. There is a head being shaved.
It's big plays, and they probably can match up and play man-to-man and take some of these short throws that Dylan Gabriel likes to throw on the perimeter. So it's going to be an interesting matchup for me is how that wide receiver versus Ohio State's DBs go.
Coach, they took the top off right behind you. You talk about secondary. They took the top off this kid. The duck is shaving somebody's head. You see this? This is happening right behind you right now. There is a head being shaved.
Here come the Oregon Ducks.
I guess I could take one too. I don't think I could take much more. It ain't right if I fake what's true.
Oh my God, bro. Hell no, man.
Which is his boy just won by 10 last night in the playoffs, I think, in Oxford. It's like, it is
attentive in that game than he is right now, sitting over there reading the book. Why doesn't he have Dante's book? What's up with that?
You know, I heard you can't get Dante's book in Eugene at the bookstore. Why? That's what I heard.
Fourth wing. What's that about? I have no idea.
Someone's gotta control the Oregon Duck. College Game Day, holding up this sign. New Girl, Season 4, Episode 20, at 3 minutes and 44 seconds.
Say something. Yeah. Say something. Shut up. What that thing do? No.
Once again, the Oregon Duck is back to being a menace on live television, but this time with a sign that says, "Can we be done with this 6-7 thing already?" And then followed it up with a sign that says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. Went on to also say In-N-Out is trash. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that one, but they are playing USC, so I guess it makes sense to troll them that way.
Okay, now that we have seen all the reasons I love the Oregon Duck, I love him for many more reasons. But I think in the world of college football, he will be the equivalent to Blue for the NFL, which I love watching all the Blue videos on TikTok, which they have me dying laughing, guys. But we gotta talk about the Iron Bowl for a second. I know. Here's the thing, Iron Bowl. This is the week for Alabama and Auburn. For y'all, for most of y'all, this is gonna become my whole personality this whole week. So I make no apologies. And you will see my reaction on Saturday, Sunday when I go to record this episode, the part 2 of this episode. Because guess what? We gotta talk about it. From Alabama, I'm an Auburn fan through and through. So you know we're gonna talk about it. But here's a little history for you. Auburn has won 37 Iron Bowls. Alabama's won 47. And there's only been one tie. Now, we're going to make Auburn have 38 Iron Bowls because it's a night game at Jordan Hare, and y'all better believe Jordan Hare at night, completely different atmosphere than Jordan Hare during the day. And I think that's why they were always so hesitant about doing that because they know what's going to happen when you stick the Jordan Hare at night, play at Jordan Hare at night. I think they knew what was going to happen. I think that is also why they decided that, you know what, to avoid all this, we're going to give them day games so we know Auburn can lose some games. Well, now that Hugh Freeze is gone, we have DJ Durkin, and I personally do believe that he needs to be Auburn's new head coach. Just based off how he stepped into the role. I never liked Hugh Freeze to begin with. We're just going to clarify that. But with that being said, currently, we also have to talk about the SEC playoff predictions right now. So the SEC predictions, the SEC playoffs is super important. That's the championship game for everybody. So currently it is Georgia and Texas A&M. Hear me out. Do I think Texas A&M will be in the playoffs? Yes. Do I think they're going to beat Georgia? No. Because here's the thing about Texas. The minute you put your hopes into them, that's when they start to disappoint you. Battered Aggie syndrome. It really truly is. Um, so I do think they're going to lose to Georgia. Georgia's going to win the SEC championship. Would I give anything to see a rematch between Georgia and Alabama? Yeah. Will I know realistically that could happen? Possibly, depending on if some miracle Alabama makes the playoffs, which I highly doubt. I'm so very happy about Alabama losing to Oklahoma. Not once, but twice. So Alabama, I have a question for you. Who's your daddy? I'm sorry, I had. Actually, I'm not sorry. I had to do that. Because Georgia got so much grief when Alabama beat them. So, Georgia, I think I'm returning your favor for you on this one. I'm surprised you're not having more fun with this on TikTok right now. But, yeah. But currently, as of right now, um, it's going to be Georgia and Texas A&M and the SEC championship game. That could change. Also, while I'm at it, here's my prediction on Lane Kiffin for crying out loud. I don't think he's leaving Ole Miss. I said before on my TikTok, this man has a good thing going. He is not leaving someplace, where he could potentially have to start over. This, like I said, he's so close to SEC championship. He has a he's in the playoffs, that's for sure. And he's so close to a national championship. Now, do I think Ole Miss can beat Ohio State? Unfortunately, and the bomb is coming out of me when I say this, no. Anybody that knows me, there's two teams in the college footballs you will never see me rooting for, and that's Alabama and Ohio State. I hate Ohio State with a passion. I really do. And I'm not, they're just so cocky and rude. And Alabama, like, here's the thing. Being against Alabama, that's just a rivalry thing from the state of Alabama. I will never support Alabama. I will never root for Alabama. You will see me rooting for my Tigers or Eagle, baby, or anybody that plays Alabama. Now, in the chance that it is Alabama and Ohio State, which will never happen in this life for a while, um, it will be all the other teams. Judge me all you want. Y'all know it's true. Y'all know, if y'all knew how much I hated Alabama and Ohio State to begin with, you would understand that. Truly, very, and really, truly do. Now, let's do a little game called Princess Treatment or Bare Minimum. Do y'all remember that TikTok trend that was going around? Um, where it was like Princess Treatment or Bare Minimum, and a lot of guys were failing the test. Let me ask you from a girl's perspective, okay? Um, so this is like, in my opinion, what I think is the princess treatment versus what I think is the bare minimum. Okay, the first of those is buying flowers randomly. I'll be honest with you. If you show up like to me, if you show up with random flowers for me, my first thought is gonna be, "What'd you do? And why are you bringing me flowers? It's not even my birthday, or it's not even an anniversary or whatever." I'm the worst at receiving gifts. Like, especially if it's a surprise for me, I'm like, um, yeah, I'm like, I have to question it. But I will have to say, like, princess treatment at bare minimum, I'm definitely gonna go bare minimum on this one. Um, filling up her car with gas. Bare minimum, hello. Look, any true gentleman knows, like, if you're gonna be in a relationship with a girl, here's the thing. When you, like, it automatically ceases her filling her own car up, especially when y'all get married. That's just an unspoken vow. Remembering her birthday, bare minimum. That's not a princess treatment. That is the bare minimum. If you forget her birthday, that is on you. There's no empathy for you on that one. You better hope you have a damn good reason for you to be forgetting her birthday. And excuse my language on that one. But turning down plans to stay with her when she is not feeling great, bare minimum. Here's the thing. I get overstimulated, and I want a guy, like, to help me shut out the world. Like, you wrap me in your arms, and I'm not a big hugger by no means, but, like, if you wrap me in your arms, I want you helping me shutting out the world. That's the bare minimum you can do. Writing love letters. I'm gonna go bare minimum on this one. Mainly because I think it's so sweet and so cute, but also I think it shows her that you're interested. And it shows you're willing to be a gentleman about it. Because think about it, that's how people communicated back in the day. Planning surprise vacations. Okay, this is a toss up between princess treatment and bare minimum. Hear me out. While yes, there is the doing the bare minimum and every once in a while doing like a surprise vacation, because let's be honest, girls, we get tired of having to do the planning. We want you to take control every once in a while. Now, we're not saying you plan a surprise vacation every 6 months or so, because that's just a lot of money for crying out loud. But okay, offering to pay for her cosmetic procedures, princess treatment. Now I am adamantly against cosmetic procedures to begin with, but if you're offering to pay for it, that's just princess treatment. I stand by that statement, and that just says more about you than it does anything. Sometimes it's not a good thing what it says about you. Okay, giving her your hoodie or jacket when she's cold. Bare minimum, hello. Um, duh. Do I have to go any further on that one? Um, opening the car door for her. Bare minimum. If you are raised by a gentleman, the first thing you were taught is you always hold the door for your woman. Um, sending good morning, good night, text every day. Bare minimum. As if you're in a relationship with someone, they want this. They they want to know that you're the first thing on their mind when you wake up and the last thing on their mind when you go to sleep. That's just what we want. Cooking dinner when we're sick. Bare minimum. If we're sick, I can guarantee you, we don't feel like doing anything. We want you to cook us dinner. We won't complain. It feels good to have someone take care of us when we're constantly taking care of everyone else. Paying for our hobbies. Okay, princess treatment. Mainly because it's her hobby. If she wants it, she can pay for it. And you can choose to pay for it if you would like. Carrying her purse. This is definitely bare minimum. Um I stand by this one. Picking her up from work. Honestly, this is okay. Some of y'all are gonna say bare minimum, some of y'all are gonna say princess treatment. I'm gonna go with bare minimum for this reason here. Picking her up from work. Maybe she's tired after a long day and maybe you want to take her out. Or maybe you just want to remind her that you are a true gentleman. Um, Also maybe because she likes being a passenger princess. Yeah. What's it? Okay, taking her on shopping sprees. Princess treatment. Texting her back immediately. Bare minimum. However, just a bare minimum on this one. But choose. But yeah, but if you have to take the time to really control yourself, depending on what the text is, definitely. Um, Taking care of the bill, bare minimum. Making her coffee every morning, bare minimum. Watching her favorite show, yes, this is the bare minimum. Like, she watches stuff with you. She may, even though she finds soccer boring, may want to watch a soccer game with you. Doesn't mean you have to be into it. You just gotta watch it with her. Always paying for dates. Bare minimum with a little bit of the princess treatment. It depends on who's planning the date, in my opinion. Apologizing even when she's clearly wrong. Okay, this is gonna be a mixture of. This is gonna be the bare minimum to a happy marriage. Okay, to a happy marriage. But also he's saying I'm very stubborn, more stubborn than I like to admit. I'm willing to apologize if I'm wrong, but also if I'm arguing with you and I know you're right. Here's the thing: I realized I was wrong like 2 minutes into it, but I'm just now arguing with you just because. Um, Knowing what she wants without asking, bare minimum. Hello, we like we like it when you're predictable and you figure this out. At the same time, we don't like it. Paying her parking tickets. Um, Bare minimum and princess treatment. Um, Unfollowing every girl on social media. Princess treatment. Here's the thing: if she trusts you, there should be no reason for you to have to unfollow every girl on social media. Especially if they're like your sister, cousin, family, or mom, or whatever. Giving her a first bite of your food at a restaurant. Okay, here's the thing. This is princess treatment. And I say that because I don't like sharing food. Have y'all seen the episode of Friends when it goes, Joey doesn't share food? That's me. But like I don't expect you to share your food with me. Unless you want me to try it and say, oh, you have to try this, babe. It's really good. But yeah. But that is it for part one. You can join me next. So when I come back in this little segment we're gonna be doing, we will be going into Christmas, the Iron Bowl reaction, rivalry, and SEC championship. But actually, before I go, I do want to talk about the SEC who they're playing this week because, like I said, it is rivalry week, and we've got to talk about this for a second, okay? If my Okay, let's get my phone going. Do do. But while I'm pulling this up, did y'all happen to see where that Texas A&M South Carolina game? That was a good game. I am not gonna lie to y'all. That was an extremely good game, and nobody expected South Carolina to get that much points. But Texas, you came through. You did not want to let your battered Aggie syndrome get in the way. I will say that. Now, should we? Come on, hurry up. I'm also got laundry I gotta go get out of the washing machine. Don't judge me. Um, alright. As soon as it pulls up the schedule for week 14, because this is an important week. For a lot of these, this can determine playoffs. And I will say this, Alabama and Auburn, Alabama has everything to gain. Auburn has nothing to lose. Alabama needs a spot in the playoffs to keep going, but we don't want them to have a spot in the playoffs. Not on this podcast. Um, but anyway, we do not. That's just a rule. Alabama will not be getting a spot in the playoffs. I'm manifesting that now. I really am. That might come back and bite me later, but I don't want that to bite me right now. Um, but to start us off, um, but yeah, but LSU will be playing Oklahoma. I don't think LSU's going to win that one. Oklahoma has been one of those teams that has been really good this year. And I stand by that. Missouri's going to be playing Arkansas. I'm going Missouri on this one. I no Tennessee. I know they'll be playing Vandy, and hear me out. Vandy barely loses to Tennessee. Hear me out on that one. Because this is a rivalry game, yes, but this is also two main teams in the state of Tennessee that a lot of people have to remember. Um, Clemson and South Carolina. I'm going Clemson. I'm going actually South Carolina because Clemson. I don't know what happened with them. Um, who else? Florida. Who are they playing? Florida would be playing Florida State, and I'm going Florida State on this one. But I could be wrong because if Florida's one of those teams where like, oh, we'll be dead half the season, and then we'll say randomly, oh, we want to start playing football again. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Georgia would be playing Georgia Tech, and honestly, Georgia. Even though, like, here's the thing: Georgia Tech could possibly win, but I don't see it happening. It could be like last year when we had 7 overtimes. That game nearly gave me a heart attack. So, but yeah. But then we have Ole Miss, who will be playing Mississippi State. And honestly, I'm going Ole Miss on this one because that is a rivalry game, yes. But um, I just it's Ole Miss. But anyway, that is it for part one. After our little segment break or whatever, we'll be doing part two. And you get to see my reactions to the Iron Bowl rivalry week and SEC championship. Knock on wood, there will not be any fistfights or whatever on the ground this year. Because there was a lot of flag planting that also resulted in a lot of face punching and all of that last year. But anyway, we'll have to see, won't we? Hell, okay, so now that Thanksgiving is over, we may now get into the Christmas spirit. I will show y'all some TikToks real quick, but I want to say a few things before I dive into all of that. Um, Christmas movies that I am ready to watch. Here's the thing. There's this movie on Hallmark that I found a long time ago when I was a kid, back in the olden age. Yes, I'm that old. Um, and here's the thing. Hallmark is the only time I can truly watch Hallmark is at Christmas. Because that's when the best Christmas movies come out. There's the royalty Christmas movies. There's the princess Christmas movies that come out. There's always some sort of, it's the same plot every single time. Candace Cameron was the queen of Hallmark. Lacey Chavert, Hallmark is the princess of Hallmark. Now it's just like I think Lacey Young moved up since Cameron left Hallmark. But just but the Christmas movie I'm looking forward to seeing the most. This one's gonna have a climax. It's like Hollis Woods, and it's so good. So basically, a basic gist of it is this girl who's in the foster care system. Um, she gets placed with this woman who has dementia and Alzheimer's, but we don't see that just yet. But we discover that later and to keep it a secret so the girl doesn't get taken away. Now, she does have a family that she was with, but something's happens to where she feels like they don't want her anymore, so she runs away from that, basically. And you just have to watch the movie to find out because it's so good. It's also a tearjerker, which I think I love it, and I fell in love with this movie literally when I was in middle school, for crying out loud. And the fact that it's stuck in this head for so long tells you that's a really good movie. But also, I love Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. My favorite. He's my go-to classic. Then there's Frosty the Snowman. Who doesn't love Frosty? I'm not gonna sing you guys the song because guess what? You don't want me singing. You really don't. My voice is not meant to be sung. This is why I have podcasts because I know that you rather hear me talk than sing any other day because I don't have that talent for singing. Nor can I act. I wish I could act. Now I can also be petty, I know that for a fact. But also, we will be talking about Jingle Bells. Now, Christmas songs, Jingle Bells is my favorite one. But if we're going religion, Go Tell It on the Mountain. When I was a kid, I could sing that song in the choir and all of that. So yes, trust me on that one. But go Okay, we're not gonna sing it because I started doing it. I'm not. But "Go Tell It on the Mountain" is one of my favorite Christmas songs of all time. "Deck the Halls," "Frosty the Snowman." I'm trying to think what else. But I'm trying to get into Sabrina Carpenter's Christmas songs, and I'm trying so hard, but I can't. I truly, truly, really can't. Don't come at me, but I just think Christmas is a time to be traditional. I really do. I'm just that person. But yes, but we may celebrate Christmas now. We may put our tree up now. We may do a lot of things. But yeah. But now I'm going to show y'all some quick TikToks that I found. And then when we come back, I will be talking about my reaction to Iron Bowl rivalry week. The SEC championship is coming up, so we'll be talking about that in a second. And then we just gotta have a little reminder. It is still football season.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero something, something Felicidad.
Meg, Thanksgiving's over. Come help me with the Christmas decorations. Meg, help me with the Christmas decorations!
Now, being an Auburn fan can be one of the most rewarding and frustrating periods in your life. But you don't have to worry about us ever doing anything horrible to you because, let's be honest, we're loyal as hell when it comes to Auburn. Trust me, we love our Tigers, we support our Tigers, and we just know this is going to be an amazing moment. But here are some TikToks as to why being an Auburn fan and what being an Auburn fan is like if I had to describe it.
Worth it? Oh, yeah, it's worth it. If you're strong enough.
I am paying $46,000 a year, and we are god-awful at football.
Hey, you know what state we live in?
What?
Alabama.
Don't like it. Don't like it.
Why don't
Trash. Trash. The elf is trash.
Why don't you like Alabama?
Cause y'all in the garbage. We want Auburn Tigers. Yes, we do.
You got to be able to take abuse. You got to be able to have people talk crazy about you. In this business, you got to be able to have people disrespecting you. And you got to smile and you got to pretend like that's okay.
Okay, let's be honest. The Eagle men Now that we've talked about what being an Auburn fan is like, let's move on talking about the Eagles for a second. That's my NFL team. And I've been seeing on TikToks why some reason these men have no business being that good looking. Honestly, like for crying out loud, like these men are super good looking, and I'm like, if you and here's the thing, guys. If your girl's not into watching football with you, you can tell her, watch the Eagle games with me. Then you show her players of the Eagles. I can guarantee you she'll be sitting down watching it with you in a heartbeat. But hey, well, unless she really loves football, then it's a win-win. Because here's the thing. I love football, and I love hot men. So, I'm just gonna say it. The players on the Eagles and the coach have no business looking that good looking. Judge me all you want, but we all know it's true. And if you know it's true, you don't have to judge me on it. You can just happily admit it too. Okay, so the Iron Bowl is over with. And my question is, Auburn, can we not catch a ball? Did we not realize our goals were to keep Alabama out of the playoffs? Did we not at all? For crying out loud, we don't want them in the playoffs. We know this by now. Also, what was our offense? Really? In our defense side, we have the best defense one of the best defenses in the country, but our offense is crap. I'm very disappointed in you, Auburn. I really, really am. Oh my goodness. This was more than just a game about bragging rights this week. This was keeping Alabama out of the playoffs. This was becoming bowl eligible. This was proven a lot of things. But no, we couldn't do it. Now, as far as the SEC championship goes, I'm going Georgia on this one. Because, hear me out, you cannot put two teams up against each other in the same season and expect the same outcome every single time. You just can't. I know that, you know that, and it's just true. But yeah, that is it for this episode. Y'all have a good day. Also, a friendly reminder, football is not over with yet, so let's keep that in mind. We have a lot more. We have the SEC championship, we have playoffs, and then we have national championships. So we're almost done. Just bear with us.